spewing lies about the 2-time?
So is he just going to pretend that that tweet didn't happen? If he honestly believed what he just said, that Cody didn't know shit, and it was obvious from Cody's tweet that he didn't know shit. If Dr. Disrespect believed that, he wouldn't have tweeted what he tweeted admitting to it.
You also said the word minor, Cody.
Yeah?
I even made
So did
sure
you.
that word was emphasized in my statement, edited, etc. Just to make sure these so-called journalists would pick up on it. And boy, oh boy, did they ever, champs.
Oh, now you're gonna... Really? Fucking really? He's gonna pull the Boogie 2988 card and pretend like it was all a troll?
Did any of you consider that the Twitch user may have been over the legal age of consent at the time of the messages? You didn't.
Yeah, notice his wording there. He wants to pretend like it wasn't a minor, but then when he's talking about who he's messaging, he said over the legal age of consent. That doesn't mean adult. That could still mean minor.
Bro, his statement was so based. I'm like...
All right, Enjoy, link me the video you're talking about, I guess. How long is that one?
1 sec.
If the DMs got leaked, then where the fuck are they, and why aren't they being?
Yeah, I can't find the actual DMs. I found a bunch of people saying they've leaked, but I can't find the actual DMs. I was just trying to find the DMs like in a Google Doc or something I could read, but I can't find the actual DMs. I see a bunch of people like talking about them, but I can't find the actual DMs themselves.
There you go.
All right, what do we got? How long is his video on it?
Dude.
All right, 17 minutes I can deal with. Okay. Yeah, that's better. I'm going to have to put up with Nick Merckx for 17 minutes now, though. Jesus.
Yeah.
Ugh. God, I hate this guy.
I watched him back when we were playing Warzone, but that was it.
All right, mute the video game sound.
His Apex stuff was actually pretty good when he was doing the tournaments and shit.
All right, so we got Nick Merckx, Dr. Disrespect's return. You say it's not biased, so we'll find out. Let's
Dude, what's going on today, man? Listen.
God.
Today's YouTube upload, we're going to be weighing in on Dr. Disrespect and his return stream yesterday. I do want to start this video off by saying that this entire situation sucks.
Oh,
Yet here we are. And like a lot of things in life, we're going to push right through. If you like the video, don't forget to like the video. And comment down below and give me your thoughts on everything.
Why does he keep changing his aspect ratio? It's really annoying.
Through the comments. But as soon as that football is kicked off at 12 o'clock, you will not see me for a long time. As always, guys, enjoy the upload. I'll see you soon. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Go Blue. It's game day, man. We're doing this.
Transpired over the last couple months.
We got to do it, though, man.
Here we go.
Am I excited to be back?
We got to let the man speak his piece.
Type of world.
See what he says.
Good to be back.
Get a vibe check, you know?
Degree.
Get a vibe
check.
check.
Figure out this monetization thing. So September 25th is basically when we can reapply for partnership on YouTube. For almost 4 years, the public demanded to hear from the doc regarding the Twitch suspension. Yeah. I guess since you all missed the point with my personal statement,
Oh shit.
maybe it's time to tell my side of the story. You see, there was a lawsuit pending, and as part of that arbitration, all parties were not allowed to speak publicly about the case. I respected those rules. My lawsuit against Twitch was eventually resolved, as you all know.
It was settled.
But even then, as part of the settlement, all parties were still prohibited from speaking publicly about the case or the settlement. However, if one side violated that confidentiality, then the other side could respond. Again, I respected all the confidential obligations. But apparently Twitch's own disgruntled employees didn't feel the need to...
Okay, before we get... It's crazy that he's doing this whole thing in character, by the way. Like, this is going to be a wild watch.
...abide by those same obligations. Cody Connors, ex-Twitch employee, wasn't even involved. Leaks Twitch's reported reason. But why do this? What was the point? This was settled professionally. And you, knowing how black and white the internet is, you decided, you fucking rat, to leak the reported reason Twitch banned me.
Okay, but
in
you
2000.
yourself
No,
admitted that
Did you
that
not
reason
know
was
the
accurate.
repercussions from spewing
Corrected him
lies
verbatim.
about the 2-time?
Ah,
Whoa. So is he just going to pretend that that tweet didn't happen? Is he just going to pretend?
His essence so I can revive him if I get Oasis.
Is he just going to pretend that that tweet he sent out admitting that everything they said was true?
So he said what they found is it wasn't legally sexting. It was joking. You're joking inappropriately with a minor? I mean, like, that sounds any better.
Yeah, like what do you mean lying? Like you yourself. So he tweeted out that yes, it was accurate. Yes, he talked to a minor, and yes, it borderlined on inappropriate. Blah blah blah. And then he deleted that tweet. Is he really just going to pretend like that tweet didn't happen? Like we didn't all already see it?
Right.
Apparently now, like, he later is gonna state, since I've already seen it, he's gonna state it was not a minor. So
did
what
he
was
lie?
the fuck? Why did he say that?
So did
Like,
he
That's
lie?
why he removed. Yeah, I'm like, you didn't even quote it, like quotation it, so like it was like, they are saying it was a minor. Was there a message with a quote unquote like you could have gotten away with that even, but that wasn't what he did. He didn't even do that. He just said it was a minor. Like,
Yeah.
what are you on about?
You've already admitted to all this stuff, and now you've deleted that tweet, and you want to pretend like it didn't happen? Okay. Let me finish watching.
Of accusing me, Cody Connors? You don't know shit, and it was obvious from your tweet. You didn't have any firsthand knowledge of my dispute.
Yeah, people are like,
with
show
Twitch.
the
You said that I
show
got
the whisper. Show your whispers.
Yeah. Bring receipts. First of all,
And literally, if
Here's
it
the thing.
is what it is and
Here's
what you
the
say
thing.
it is, show the whispers.
here's the thing. If he honestly believed what he just said, that Cody didn't know shit, and it was obvious from Cody's tweet that he didn't know shit. If Dr. Disrespect believed that, he wouldn't have tweeted what he tweeted admitting to it. Dr. Disrespect tweeted that. He tweeted admitting to it. He tweeted that it borderlined on it. He tweeted that statement to try to get out ahead of the leaks because he thought Cody had the leaks. So it wasn't obvious from Cody's tweet that he didn't know shit. You thought Cody knew things, and you thought, oh shit, stuff's about to leak. I'd better go ahead and admit to it now and try to get out ahead of it. And then you admitted to it, and stuff didn't leak. So you deleted it and tried to pretend like you didn't do it. But we all already saw it, dude. Like, you've already confessed. You can't retract a public confession. Like, it's not how that works. Like, we can't unsee that.
Banned from Twitch because I was sexting a minor through Whisper's messages? Do you even know what the legal definition of sexting is?
Hold on. Let's look that up, Dr. Disrespect. Let's look that up for a second. What is the legal definition for sexting? All right. Federal sexting crimes. What is the legal definition of sexting? No, that's a law firm trying to... All right, here we go. Legal definition of sexting. All right, this is from his own subreddit. Somebody posting about it, the legal definition of sexting. They put legal in parentheses. All right, look, this is going to be a volatile subject, but I think if you look at the doc's points of emphasis on his explanation, we can likely piece together what's happening. His emphasis on the legal definition of sexting prompted me to look up that legal definition. People refer to sexting as texting someone messages that are sexually explicit in nature, but evidently the legal definition has to include an exchange of pictures or videos that are sexually explicit. The doc clearly states that that didn't happen, but to the best of my knowledge, he isn't stating that sexually explicit text didn't happen. His emphasis on the...
He said they were jokes.
Okay, well, that's open to interpretation then. But saying something's
Right, that's literally what I was
saying something's a joke doesn't, like, that's like the legal equivalent of going, it was just a prank, bro. Like, saying something's a
Right.
joke doesn't get you off the hook. Like, the judge isn't going to be like, oh, well, I mean, he was joking, so I guess he's not. Okay, never mind. Case dismissed. That's not the way that's going to work. Like, it's a good try, I guess, but if that's the best you got, it's not very good. His emphasis on the individual being of legal age of consent in the place they resided does seem to imply under 18, but technically not illegal, which you can reasonably conclude that the individual was at least 16. Yeah, most states, I think the legal age of consent is 16. I think there's one state, I think it's 14. One crazy backward state. I want to say West Virginia, Alabama. I don't know. One of those you can fuck your cousin states. The doc has fair points about conflicts of interest at Twitch and the timing of big streamers leaving Mixer, which I imagine is no small part why he won the settlement, particularly when nothing technically against the law happened. In the end, while it seems that the doc didn't do anything quote-unquote illegal, I don't think it's unfair for some people to cut ties for the sake of their brand, regardless of friendship. This is sure to be a hot take, but at the end of the day, it's okay for people to draw different lines for what they think is and is not acceptable. And if Nick Merckx, Lupo, and whoever the fuck else thinks that the doc's actions were too scummy for them to associate with, then fair enough. After yesterday's stream, I think it's not unreasonable to conclude that whatever messaging took place was unacceptable. As of now, we of course still don't have the actual messages in question. So they leaked, but they didn't leak, so we can't find those messages still. But it really sounds like they were worse than simple quote-unquote banter and were likely sexually explicit in nature. While this is admittedly speculation and the burden of proof should be on the accuser, it's also totally understandable for people to still feel the need to distance themselves from Doc. I'm also not shitting on anyone who's sticking by the doc's side. If nothing he did was technically against the law, then it's up to everyone on an individual level to decide if the doc crossed a line that they're not willing to cross with him. Personally, I don't think I'll be tuning in anymore. And I'm not going to read all this guy's personal opinion, but he compares the doc to R. Kelly and how, R. Kelly got away with it the first time, but it didn't make it legal. Yeah, it's a lot of parallels to the R. Kelly stuff from the 90s. But R. Kelly got away with it in the 90s. He didn't get away with it the second time. So all we've learned is that when celebrities get away with something, they don't stop doing it and learn a lesson. They keep going. So the fact that he did it at all, that he's messaging even sexually explicit jokes with a teenager is, I mean, look, take a side if you want to take a side, but not me, dude. Not me, dude. Anyway, we'll keep going.
I do. And yeah, I used Twitch as whispers, but trust me, I wasn't sexting anyone. You also said the word minor, Cody.
Yeah?
I even made
So did
sure
you.
that word was emphasized in my statement, edited, etc., just to make sure these so-called journalists would pick up on it. And boy, oh boy, did they ever, champs.
Oh, now you're going to... Really? Fucking really? He's going to pull the Boogie 2988 card and pretend like it was all a troll? Remember that bullshit when Boogie fucking faked getting swatted and then when he got caught said, I was just feeding misinformation to see if the trolls would run with it and you all fell into my trap. No, you were just lying. You were just lying, and you got caught.
Got caught.
It's the same thing here. Really, he's pulling that card and going, I edited my statement to include the word minor to see if people would pick up on it, and y'all fell for it. Fell for what? It's not, you just admitted to it. This isn't a troll. It's not a prank. Oh, this is pathetic, dude. This is fucking pathetic.
Journalists, Cody, fired off your tweets.
Oh, shit.
Did any of you consider that the Twitch user may have been
motherfucker,
over
you're
the
under the
legal
map.
age of consent at the time of the messages? You didn't.
Yeah, notice his wording there. He wants to pretend like it wasn't a minor, but then when he's talking about who he's messaging, he said over the legal age of consent. That doesn't mean adult. That could still mean minor.
Yep.
These fucking word games you're playing. Oh, God. Dude, it's pathetic.
Neither did any of these journalists, and neither did Twitch at the time of the ban. You also tried to tell the world that I was trying to meet up with this user at TwitchCon, but you're wrong. Let's set the record straight. I never intended to meet this user ever.
Prove it.
We never made plans to meet at TwitchCon or anywhere else, and in fact, we never met in person ever. Your bullshit accusations gave false courage to other former Twitch employees to make shit up as well. I suspect all of you sort of planned and coordinated this attack.
Oh, now
These
it's a conspiracy?
journalists, These various
Jesus.
outlets, they act like they're just gossip channels now, without any real journalism and real research happening. They reported on all this based on leaks from 2 former Twitch employees, one of whom was supposedly on the trust and safety team. If these anonymous sources worked on the trust and safety team at the time of my Twitch suspension in 2020, then you would hope they would tell the truth. But apparently that's just too much to ask.
So what's the truth then?
These former trust and safety team members, and by the way, I know exactly who they are, actually had firsthand knowledge, then what they conveniently left out is, 1, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally admitted that the whisper messages were not sexting. And 2, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally acknowledged that the whispers did not constitute child sexual abuse material CSAM. Cody Connors and these...
Okay, so I know the burden of proof is on the accuser. But Doc, you're now accusing them of something. So where's your proof? You're accusing them of basically a conspiracy at this point. They're all working together with news outlets to fucking take you down. Okay, well that's a wildly different accusation than the one you're supposed to be defending yourself from. Now you've taken it a step further. So where's your proof? I mean, you say you got it. Can we see it? Can we see that?
No.
Other anonymous sources are trying to paint a
my
picture
proof.
that I was
You don't
exchanging
get to have
sexually
it.
explicit messages and photos with this Twitch user. That never happened. I even used the word inappropriate purposely. And look at how it's defined by everyone, champs, including these defaming articles. I'm sorry, but mutual bantering with inappropriate jokes taken out of context should have never led to me getting banned from Twitch in the first place. And this is not a situation where victim...
So they're jokes. If this is true, if what he's saying is true right now,
It's not.
why does he not show everybody the whispers?
Yes,
It would
thank
be
you,
instant.
Nick.
Instant.
Yeah,
Why don't we
instant
see the
own.
whispers? Because now he's saying that they're jokes. I mean, I make jokes all the time.
This is the same card Boogie pulled when he fucking faked cancer. There's a fucking like hour-long stream where like everyone's like, you can prove it right now by just showing your diagnosis, and he wouldn't show it. He wouldn't show it. They spent an hour dragging it out of him to get him to finally admit. They offered him $50,000, $75,000, $80,000 to show his diagnosis, and he wouldn't do it. No, I'm not showing you. I'm not showing you. I'm not showing. And then at the end, it's finally like, okay, well maybe it wasn't cancer. Yeah, if someone's constantly claiming to have evidence and then refusing to show it, they don't have it. They're lying. He's not showing it because he doesn't have it. Because he knows that if they leak, it's gonna look exactly like they said it was. Way more than just inappropriate jokes. Yeah, like it's an easy own. Just fucking show the receipts. Be like, bam, there they are. See, told you it's not that bad, and let everybody be like, oh, he's right. People who are right don't make you jump through so many hoops to see the evidence. Like it's just. Why are we like fucking gatekeeping this evidence so hard? There's not you can't even hide behind the excuse of there being an open court case anymore because there's not. So you have no legal reason not to show it either. There's literally no reason not to show this and exonerate yourself. None. This is ridiculous.
Granted, I ain't doing the other stuff that he's done and doing, but I make jokes all the time. And if I made a joke and people were saying that it wasn't, I would show everyone it's a joke.
Yeah.
Confusing, man.
Thank you.
Publicly
Which
accuses
one is
someone
it?
of wrongdoing. That never happened. We're talking about allegations that Twitch made against me as a half-baked reason for justifying their actions of suspending and shutting down my channel. Allegations that Twitch made without even a legal analysis of whether the whisper messages were legal. I engage with my community. I engage with other streamers. And through Twitch Whispers, I communicate with Twitch users.
Okay, like you understand it's not about it being legal, right? Like he keeps hiding behind that, but like first of all, Twitch wouldn't ban a streamer that makes them as much money as you did for without a damn good reason. It's got nothing to do with it being legal or not legal. If they consider you a brand risk, they don't want to be known as the platform where big streamers message minors. Even though they're not illegally messaging them, they're still, you know, possibly grooming minors. It's a bad look. Like, what are you talking about? Big companies cut ties with people all the time because of a bad look. Like, it doesn't have to be illegal. The fact that you're leaning so heavily on the legal aspect of it just makes you look worse here. Jesus.
Conversations that consisted of a variety of playing games and gaming politics, content creation, random stuff. This was the extent of my whispers with this Twitch user. On June 21st, 2020, my ex-Twitch partner manager learns that I exchanged whispers with the Twitch user. And I say ex-partner manager because
you fired him
for years. This guy didn't do anything.
Yeah,
for
you
me,
fired him.
My community.
You blamed
my
him.
channel.
You threw him under the
and
bus.
It was just so obvious
Gotcha.
that he carried a grudge against the two-time.
Oh yeah. Everyone
so
who
signed with Twitch in
everyone who doesn't take your
2019,
side must have a
we
grudge
asked
against you,
for
right?
A new partner manager. Just a few months later, that ex-Twitch partner manager is directly involved with getting me banned. Coincidence? The Twitch user tells this ex-Twitch partner manager that they do not want to report anything to Twitch. But this ex-Twitch partner manager encourages the user and even directs them to file a report directly with Twitch.
I will say on the Twitch side, man, there's been a lot of employees that have went through there. There are some weird people, man. Weird.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I'll say that much.
Twitch isn't exactly
Not
innocent
condoning
either.
What this guy did.
Twitch
Not
does some
trying to
shady
breeze
stuff,
by
too.
it or anything, but
They
there's been
definitely
some
play
Twitch
favorites.
employees
Even though the user told him clearly that we never physically met anywhere and that no photographs were exchanged.
Que pasa? This video is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. Make your
Oh my god, are you
prediction.
sponsoring this video? Alright, well, we're skipping the sponsorship. I'm not watching the sponsorship.
Lower. Now back to the video.
Why you would
On June
sponsor a
24th,
video when you're
2020,
you know,
Twitch's
kind of
special
connected
operations team
to
receives and
him
reviews
in a
the
way,
user.
but whatever.
Yeah, that's a speaking
Maybe
of
somebody wanted to be on that video.
speaking of bad looks. Like maybe this is the video you don't do a sponsorship on, dog. Maybe you sit this one out.
I was like, what the fuck kind of placement is this?
Yeah, God, that's so like, oh man, it's so
Or do it at the end.
yeah,
Holy
it's like a
shit.
knee-jerk thing halfway through a topic as serious as this to suddenly be like, hey, have you guys heard of FanDuel? like what?
You want to do some sports betting?
Jesus. fuck.
Well, okay, maybe to be fair, he might have signed an agreement to do every single video.
That's not how that works. Those agreements are always to do a number of videos, not every single video. He could have
Or
made
And
it
then they
could've
give
been
you a
his-
date by when
His
it has to be
next
completed.
videos, like within a certain, you know.
No, it's never the next one. They let you choose. Like they never dictate exactly which video it goes on because they don't know what you're gonna make. So
I mean,
you're
it's also
supposed.
FanDuel. That's like
you're
a bigger brand. That's
Yeah,
not-
yeah, but even that, like all of these brands, like those deals don't dictate exactly which content it goes on. That's the whole thing. Like they always, the way these work are, you agree to sponsor, they agree to sponsor X amount of videos a month. Now you could put out 4 videos a month and all 4 of them could be sponsored, or you could put out 30 videos a month and just pick 4 of them to put the sponsorship in. Doesn't matter. It doesn't. Even if he's supposed to do 1 sponsorship a day, then this should be the day you upload 2 videos. And this one wasn't sponsored. As a creator, you always have that control. Like they can't dictate which specific video your sponsorship goes on. You can always make one that's unsponsored, specifically for reasons like this, because you want to talk about something that it would be inappropriate to put a sponsor on or it wouldn't feel right. Yeah, you've always got that option. You can also cancel a sponsorship if that's the case. But yeah, he didn't have to put it on this one. He just did. You know, speaking of bad looks, you probably should have not monetized this one. Got yourself some PR points instead. But whatever.
User's report. They find no issues and determine that it did not warrant any further escalation to Twitch's law enforcement response team. That would have been the end.
Legal.
That should have been the end. But that partner manager, he had it out for the 2-time.
Yeah, well, he had it out for you.
He
Is
finds
that
out
right?
that no further action will be taken, so what does he do? He personally escalates the report to a friend on the Twitch's LER team. The LER team, remember, that's the
LER
Twitch's
team.
law enforcement response team. So a day later,
Twitch
On
has
June
a
25th,
law enforcement
the
team?
LER analyst
Yes, Twitch has
pulls
a law
the
enforcement
entirety
team. Of
of
course
the
they do.
whisper messages and begins discussing them with his director of the LER team. Mind you, this director is on vacation at that time. The LER analyst cherry picks and sends a few targeted excerpts out of context from the whisper messages to this director.
So show us the context.
Now, if you do this, you can make anyone's messages look inappropriate, even when they aren't.
But
Within
you've
less
got
than 1 hour,
the context, so you
this
can clear that right
LER
up right now.
analyst and his director have made the decision to suspend me from Twitch. Twitch submits that report. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Guess what?
National Center for Missing
As
and...
far as I know, and over 4 years have passed. They didn't do anything with the report. As far as I know, they didn't escalate Twitch's report to law enforcement. Mind you, the same people that made this decision admit internally that the messages did not constitute sexting.
So what he's referring to there, and he's just leaning on as being a big deal because nothing came of it, that happens all the time. So them escalating this to that law enforcement team, that's a PR move on Twitch's part. It's the same with most companies, that if something happens involving a minor, in order for the company to not basically harbor a criminal or look like they're involved, they always
You gotta
escalate it.
report it.
Yeah, they always
Or
report
make it
it.
look like they reported it.
Yeah, well, they always report it, and they did. They reported it, and nothing came of it. 90% of the reports that happen from companies like this, nothing ever comes from. And this is the same with any company. Walmart does this, Target does this, like even retail companies do. If there's an interaction with a minor that could be questionable, they just go ahead and report it so that they get to save face and say, well, we reported it, and then if nothing comes of it, they go, well, we did our job. Yeah, that's all that means. They were, in fact, 90% of the time, I want to say, like, he's pinning this all on his ex-manager. I would more than, now I don't work for Twitch, but I would be more than willing to say that, like I would bet money that this is an automatic thing. That if a certain report is filed under a certain category, it's automatically sent in as a report. Like it's automatically forwarded to that law enforcement team in order to cover, in order to save face. I would be willing to bet money that it was just an automatic thing, and then that team looks into it. Okay, this is a nothing burger, and then they drop it, which sounds like what happened here. No actual crime was committed. It doesn't make it not inappropriate though. But he's leaning on that as if that's his big smoking gun that they lied, and I'm like, it sounds like it could have just been an automatic thing.
The same people that made this decision at Twitch admit internally that the messages did not warrant any child sexual abuse material charge. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitted they did not perform any legal analysis of whether the messages exchanged were
Yeah, but
legal
banning
in any
is not a
way.
legal
Twitch
term.
makes
They don't
this
have to
decision terminate my
have a
contract
legal
and
reason to
ban
do
me
that.
while admitting that they never investigated the age of consent in the jurisdiction where the user's messages were sent and received. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me without ever interviewing me, the user, or any other third party, including the partner manager. I'm not going to get into every detail regarding my legal case.
You just
But
did.
these former Twitch employees
No, he didn't.
claim to have firsthand knowledge. They just don't have a clue. The judge in the case determined that the whispers were not illegal. So then why did Twitch use these messages against me? Why did Twitch treat the doc so differently from their other streamers outside of the obvious?
Yeah.
Differently than other streamers? Can you name one other streamer who's been using Twitch's whisper system with a minor that didn't get banned? Name me one. Because if you're going to accuse Twitch of playing favorites and act like they treated you differently, then that implies that when other streamers message minors on the Twitch Whisper platform, that they don't get banned. Because I can't think of a single case of that happening.
And trust me, we've worked hard for over a decade to improve as a person, a husband, and father, and to get where we're at today. I mean, I'm in such a good place today. And all these people, they all act like they're just so perfect. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be
I
perfect.
mean, good for him, man.
Sometimes I do. But I also didn't do all this shit that they're saying I did.
People make mistakes.
But then that doesn't make a story, right? And
I
by
don't know.
sensationalizing all this with big, inaccurate headlines like sexting and sexually explicit, you all got what you wanted at the expense of the tube time. Take a look at some of these horrendous acts of Twitch streamers that were never banned
Like what?
I've got some examples right here. Example number
Okay,
one.
here we go.
A streamer that frequently used the N-word while publicly streaming, which constitutes a violation of Twitch's policies if accompanied by hateful intent. Twitch scheduled a meeting with the streamer to ascertain his intent to determine whether his conduct was a violation of Twitch's policies, ultimately determining
I mean, I don't even.
it was not a breach of Twitch's policies. Why
I
wasn't
don't
I
even know why
called
he's
to
doing
for-
this part. I mean,
into a meeting?
Yeah, this is a big what about thing.
Why wasn't my intent taken
okay.
into consideration, champs? Example number 2.
Yeah.
Streamer was reported
If he's trying to prove a point that he was treated unfairly or just way differently, yeah, I mean, I think we'd all agree with that. I mean, that's just kind of crazy.
for discussing doing things with deceased animals and discussing pedophilia, all while live streaming. Never suspended, but instead given a multi-million-dollar contract.
What?
Example number 3. Streamer was reported for a sexually explicit
Drop names,
stream
dude.
involving children and telling children to send Snapchats of them playing with themselves. Never suspended, but instead, given a multi-million.
I want to know who he's
contract.
referring to.
It's
here.
so obvious that certain Twitch executives,
Right, me
employees
too.
involved had
Who is
personal
that?
biases against the doc.
Yeah, even Nick's like, who
And
the
used
fuck are you
all
talking
this
about?
as an opportunity
Yep.
to terminate my contract. Go back and
Or is this a case of you being guilty of the same thing you're claiming they're guilty of, which is you read journal headlines and stuff but didn't actually see any evidence and you're just believing what you were told? Isn't that what you
Yep.
said they're doing to you? I don't believe that. Or, like the first one, I would believe that the dude saying the N-word a lot and then he got investigated and they said they didn't violate Twitch's terms of service and they let him stay on the platform. I feel like I don't have enough information there. Was the dude using the N-word a lot? Was he black? Like, is that why? Because it's probably fine. Like, also, the N-word has context to it because the wording on Twitch's thing is that it's used in a hateful manner. Like, you could, like, should you be banned for saying the N-words if you're reading the lyrics to a rap song out loud? Probably not. Are you using it in a hateful manner? Then yeah, you should be banned. Like, that's a context thing. And when he didn't give full context there. The same with the next one he mentioned was, it didn't involve minors. It involved, I'm guessing this is it's a furry or a VTuber, because he mentioned that person talked about pedophilia, but didn't, like, talking about it is not the same as participating in it. And that they did stuff with dead animals? I'm trying to think of who he could possibly be talking about there. 'Cause the dead animals thing is pretty goddamn specific. I don't know, but apparently he thinks they were given a multi-million-dollar contract after doing that, and Twitch caught him. I don't know how much of this I believe, or that, like, even he might not have all the information on those, and he's just spitting these out as a way to clear his own face. But this third one, that the Twitch user was not just texting minors, but telling minors to send them Snapchats of them playing with themselves, that's an actual fucking crime. You want to scream so much about the legality of stuff, that's actual CP. You're talking about a Twitch user who was asking its viewers to send them CP, and Twitch gave them a contract over that? I don't believe that one. I just don't. That one's way too wild. And you're not dropping any names. I'm going to try to look these up after this to see if I can find out who the fuck he's talking about.
look at the timing of all this too. The doc's termination lines up with 2 preferable, profitable, and expensive streamers leaving Mixer. As soon as Twitch knew that Mixer had failed, these other expensive streamers needed a new streaming platform. So Twitch rushed through its decision to terminate the 2-time. You see, I shouldn't even be banned
That
from
doesn't even
Twitch.
make sense, man.
It has affected us on so many levels.
That doesn't even make sense, though. Like, you're acting like they quickly banned you to make room for these other streamers who were leaving Mixer. These big profitable streamers. He's acting like there's a limited number of partner spaces on Twitch and they had to ban him to make room for others. Why would they ban you, who's making them millions, just so they can have 2 more people who can make millions, when they could have all 3 of you? They could have kept you and got them. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, if it's about the money, they make more money by keeping you. Because now they have you and those big streamers back. I know you're talking about Ninja, and I'm trying to think of who the other one could be, but They were making millions with Ninja, that other person, and you on the platform before Mixer existed. So why wouldn't they just go back to doing that? Why would they feel the need to change it up so suddenly? Unless something happened. Like, that part doesn't make sense. If you're trying to do this, it's about the money angle. They lost money. They lost a lot of money getting rid of you.
Back in 2020 and now in 2024. Like I said, this was handled professionally years ago. No fucking wrongdoing. You know, through all this,
No legal
we are
wrongdoing.
where we are. And like a fucking man, I'll accept it. What I don't accept is sitting quietly by and let these idiots attack me with false accusations. No. For all these doc haters out there too, oh man, the ones that project and worry about everyone else's problems, right? I can't understand that mindset. I could care less. We've always stayed in our lane. And I'm not denying the exchange of whispers, champs. I'm not denying that to all of you out there. It looks
Okay, so
bad.
it's not denying
I have
it.
no way of knowing if the
Still
Twitch
not
users
denying
thought
it,
our
yeah.
exchange of whispers was inappropriate. If it was, I apologize. All I know is that I never did what Twitch, Cody Connors, or the public is claiming that I
Right,
did. I'm
right.
not saying anything more about any of this, right?
You said that last time.
Unless I need to, because trust me,
Yep.
I
So
he's
have
kinda
more
saying that
I
this
haven't
was a
disclosed.
joke.
I just want to get
He
back
was
to
joking.
what we do best. Put on a show and climb our way to the tippity top of the mountain, man.
Very interesting. All right, so my thoughts after hearing this guy's whole spiel, man. I
All right, we'll hear Nick Merck's
the
thoughts.
situation itself just sucks entirely. From all of
Not
our
expecting
POVs,
anything
man,
too deep
all
here.
of it sucks. The vibe that I'm getting from Doc is that original tweet he had put out, he's backtracking, which I think
Yeah,
was
he's
a
backtracking.
terrible post to put out initially. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys already seen this tweet. You know, I'm just
Oh,
putting
good,
it on the
he's showing
screen
the
for
tweet.
those that haven't. I'm not
Here, we'll read the tweet again to see how it contrasts with what he just said. The Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the fucking bullshit. As you know, with me, there's no filter. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about. And I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Games Studio. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened with Midnight Society and I. We made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. By the way, they gave a very different statement. They said they fired him, but I guess it's mutual now. Is his version. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I'd never want to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I am not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that the two former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Okay, is he going to put up the other
I'm
tweet?
going to read through the whole thing. We've already kind of been there, done that. You know, for me, this here is half of the tweet. The other half is right here. There's a
Okay,
lot of
there's the other half, damn it. Clicked off of it real quick.
We've already kind of been there, done that. You know,
See if I
for
can catch
me,
it.
this here is half of the tweet. The other half is
Right here, okay. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear. It was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll fucking own my shit until months later when I delete it and backtrack on it. This was stupid. Now, with all that said, don't get it fucking mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no fucking predator or PDF file. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me fucking knows where I stand on those things with those types of people. Fuck that. That's a different level of disgust that I fucking hate even hearing about. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Look, we're gonna be real for a minute. Do I think he had intentions of like meeting up and sleeping with a minor? Probably not. But I do think that they were more than just jokes. I mean, he's leaning hard on that age of consent thing. Do I think he was thinking about it? Could it possibly be grooming, or he planned to talk to him until they were older? Maybe it's just fun for him. I don't know, but I don't think they were just jokes. You wouldn't go through all this over just jokes. And as far as the Twitch case goes, yes, it was a civil matter, but it was settled. Typically, when a case is settled, that's like admitting guilt without admitting guilt. You basically settle a case when you don't think you can win it. That's them giving you an out and being like, look, this is us throwing you a bone. This is the best you're going to get. Take it or leave it. And usually when someone settles, it's because, well, I can take this and walk away, or I can fight them and lose and get nothing. You're really as innocent as you're claiming to be. Why would you not want to go through that entire court case? Let a judge make a ruling and then lean on that as your proof. To say, hey, the judge said I didn't do anything. But you don't have that now. A judge didn't say you were guilty, true, but he also didn't say you were innocent. Like, a judge made no ruling on this. You basically just agreed to take their money and walk away. That's what happened. That's what that settlement is.
Right here. There's a lot of people on Twitter and my Instagram DMs and YouTube comments saying, Nick, you're a terrible friend. You should have stuck by this guy when he
like,
needed
if he
you,
really,
Tim's.
like, if he really wasn't just fucking bullshitting through his teeth right now, he would have never posted that original first message.
Or at least, like, add some clarification to it and leave it up. Like, reference it. But he's just trying to pretend like it didn't happen.
No, he's not pretending it didn't happen. He's pretending it's 4D chess.
Yeah. He's pretending like it's all a troll. Like, he's doing the Boogie 2988 thing. I got you.
I'm going to sue all these news publications over this now. That's what I'm like. Is that what you were going to do? I mean, I guess.
But you can't do that. I mean, well, all right. I mean, first of all, we just read that entire thing. What part of that sounded like a troll to you? Did any of that come off as somebody who's playing 4D chess and trolling?
No.
I mean, he didn't even put like anything in parentheses as if he doesn't believe it. That just sounds like a guy trying to get out in front of something and take responsibility for it, have his statement out before shit hit the fan. And then the thing he thought would happen, he thought those messages were about to leak. That's what happened. So he was trying to put this out and get ahead of it. And then those messages didn't leak, and he's like, oh, shit, I jumped the gun. And then he deleted it. That's what happened. That's where his mind was. It wasn't a troll. It wasn't 4D chess. Second of all, you can't sue all these news publications for writing false shit about you if you trolled them into doing it by admitting to the false shit. Even if you were trolling or joking, a judge is going to be like, well, I mean, they were just reporting on the thing you said. So, where's the defamation? Like, that doesn't work. Like that makes no sense. There's no lawsuit to be had here. Jesus.
Z-Laner, you guys made a huge mistake. You should have waited for the facts. You should have called them and talked to them. Look, we had a short, quick conversation. He sent a text to the boys and I, and he apologized for us ever being dragged into this. And it pretty much ended right there. That same day, he had put out his tweet. And in that tweet, he had admitted to sending inappropriate texts or whatever to a minor. Those were his words.
Yeah.
Not mine, not Tim's.
You've got no reason not to believe his words.
This tweet personally, I don't think it changes much. And I understand that he feels the need to defend himself. I know a lot of people are coming at him. And I know his premise and what he's dying on is that what he did was not illegal. And look, I get that. But at the end of the day, you messaged a minor and it was inappropriate. For me, this is not about legality. And I don't want to beat a dead horse, man. I don't want to talk too much shit about this guy. I give it as good as I get it. A lot of people were coming at me yesterday on Twitter, so I called him a bad word. But I'm going to be honest, man. Him doing what he did, I think he was being that. Late 30s, you got a kid, a wife, and you're doing stuff like that, man. My morals, my understanding of the situation is I firmly believe that he was wrong. I don't care if he didn't break any laws. I don't care if the judge found him guilty or not. He admitted to it. We know enough that there was at least a conversation going on. We also know that he admitted to cheating on his wife. You can put 2 and 2 together. Now, as far as the Twitch ban, listen, there's a lot of people there that don't make great decisions. I also have no doubt in my mind there were people at Twitch that were plotting against Doc. No doubt. And we've seen so many things at Twitch, crazy things that have gone unpunished. All the hot tub, bikini streams,
I mean,
people using
Twitch is
slurs, etc., etc. But all that said, Twitch
not consistent with the rules at all.
Two things can be true.
Do whatever it wants. Now, the next one for me is not revealing the whispers. I see a lot of people saying
reveal the
before
whispers.
they give their judgment, they want to see the whole thing.
Yeah.
Now, to me, him
That's
admitting
fair.
that these texts or whatever were inappropriate, that's enough. But now, since he's clearly backtracking, why isn't he putting out the whispers,
Yeah,
man?
if you're gonna
He's so
backtrack now, you
adamant
need
about
to-
them not being bad. Why don't you show everybody? Now, to wrap this whole thing up, because God knows that's what I want to do, man. Does
Never
Doc's
thought I'd agree
new
with Nick
comments
Merckx, but
change
here we
the
are.
way that I think about the situation entirely? No. Am I
It's not
going
a
to
hard opinion to have. It's
myself
crazy.
with the guy again? No. To anybody who sees this upload or gets this far, look, in life, you got to have lines that you just don't cross. There's got to be things that you just don't do, that you can't do.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, oftentimes, that's up to you to decide. In your mind and in your heart. you
Yeah,
make
everybody's
those
got their own
decisions.
moral lines.
I've made
He's
mine.
right.
You have your right to make yours. I'm sorry the situation got to this point.
It's leaning
It's
on the legality
horrible
part. It's
all the way
retarded.
around. We do got college football today.
Because you know, you sound like someone guilty when you do that. I'm sorry, you just do. There's a lot of things that you can do that aren't illegal, but people are going to treat you a certain way if you do them, specifically involving minors. Oh, okay. Is it illegal for an adult to hang out at a children's playground every day if they don't do anything but just hang out? If they just happen to be there every day, just standing there, just sitting on the bench or whatever? Is that illegal? No. But if you do that long enough, people are going to have questions. It's going to look pretty bad. If you're a single dude just hanging out at a children's playground every day? Hey, I haven't interacted with any minors. I hadn't done anything illegal. No, you haven't. But why are you here? Why are you doing this at all? People will have questions. Like, yeah, you didn't do anything illegal, and there's messages with the minor on Twitch's platform. But then the question is, why were you messaging the minor at all? Why were you, yeah, okay, they were jokes. Okay, why are you doing sexually explicit jokes with a minor at all? Like, I agree.
You're married.
Yeah, I mean, even if you weren't married, even if it was a 36-year-old single male, still, why are you doing that with a minor? Why are you wasting your time on that at all? I'm with Nick on that one. Like, it's got nothing to do with his wife or his kid. Even if he was
I know, but I mean, it's like,
yeah, I mean,
there's
that
so
just
many
makes it
aspects, and
worse.
obviously, the biggest one is, but I mean, it's just there's so many things.
I mean, that just makes it worse. But yeah, it's the why are you doing it at all thing.
Yeah, I'm just adding icing to the cake.
Yeah, I mean, that just makes it worse. The why are you doing it at all? I mean, as far as his marriage is concerned, it's obvious he doesn't take that seriously. He's already been caught cheating. Like, you have to understand that the reputation you had as far as your wife and relationship goes before the minor thing was already in the gutter. You already got caught cheating. There are already rumors of you, sexting hookers and trans women trying to cheat with it. Like all of this other stuff was already there. Why would you, with all of that already behind you, why would you then do this? Why would you even joke with a child.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, that doesn't make any sense. So the leaning on the legality thing, I mean, that just makes you, in my opinion, that just makes you sound more guilty. If you're like, well, it wasn't illegal. Isn't that the same excuse all the NFT bros give? Like Ice Poseidon and them when they did an NFT scam, because there's no regulations around NFTs because they're a new thing. So they launch an NFT, they get all their fans to buy into it, and then they pull the rug out from under it. I mean, rug pulls in the stock market are illegal, but they're not illegal with NFTs. So because it wasn't illegal, does that make it okay? I think we've all pretty much universally agreed that NFTs are scams. They're not okay, even though they're not illegal. Yeah, when you lean on the legality of it as proof that you didn't do something, when you have the proof you can show and you're not showing that, it just makes you look super guilty. This response from him wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting the actual leaks. I kept seeing news that the DMs had leaked. I thought we'd finally get to see them, but I guess not. This is just
one day.
Yeah, this is just more of the same. This is just more of the same. Him trying to save face for his return, and he's
The only way that Doc can turn this around is if he shows the
Yeah,
like. That's it. There's nothing else.
That's it. That is it.
His
that's the
own
only
words
answer.
have convicted him. His own words, like there's, you can't fix that with just coming back and saying something else.
There are two possible futures for the Doc right now. There's two paths he can go down. And we've seen this play out with other influencers in the past. There's two paths he can go down. He can A, exonerate himself, prove he was telling the truth, show the DMs, especially now that you're accusing everybody else of lying and you're deleting statements. I know, the burden of proof is on the accuser, but we've gone far past the point of accusation to where you're throwing counter accusations now, and you're telling us you got the proof to basically exonerate yourself, so show it. That burden of proof shouldn't be on you, but since it's escalated to this level where you're accusing them of basically defamation and you're accusing them of crimes now, well, now you need to prove it. So it can go down that road. He can prove it. He can show the DMs. We can all read them, and we can all agree with them and go, oh, that's not that bad. And that may be the case. In which case, why are you not showing them? Or option B, he doesn't show them. He keeps screaming about how good they are without ever showing them. Same thing Boogie2988 did with his cancer diagnosis, and many other influencers have done when they lie about something and they try to save face. And then he's going to lose a bunch of his audience, and he will have solidified himself, his future as a streamer and as an influencer will be that of a LOLcow. He'll just be Kiwi Farm's newest LOLcow. Those are your two paths. You can clear this shit up and you can go back to business as usual, or you can jump in the boat with DSP, Boogie2988, Low Tier God, all the Wings of Redemption. You can go right down the LOLcow path with the rest of them. Like that's where you're at. This is your fork in the road, Doc. Choose wisely.